Ciao ragazzi, siamo da Grand Seiko, stiamo per fare una chiacchierata con il Presidente Europe del brand Frédéric Bondoux. Andremo a scoprire novità, dettagli, un po' di storia e tante altre cose. Che fate? Venite con me? Direttamente dalla Palexpo Arena in Ginevra, Grand Seiko con IWS. Io sono Edoardo e abbiamo qua
Frédéric.
Allora, hello Frédéric, it's a pleasure and honor to be here with you. I know that you have such an experience here in the watch world. Can you tell us about you, who you are and?
Actually, I'm working with the Swiss industry since now 25 years, and I was actually contacted by Japan to take over the GS operation for Europe. Since now 2 years, we have created Grand Seiko Europe, and I'm very pleased to have joined this journey and strategical visions.
Yeah, you are president of Europe. Is
Yes,
correct?
Absolutely.
So what kind of vision Grand Seiko has for you as president of the company in Europe?
First of all, this is important for us to build the brand and to convey the message of the DNA of this Japanese, brands towards the global operations. We are a very selective company in terms of production because we are producing something like 50 to 55,000 pieces only for the world. So
Not just a few.
Yeah, for our aim, it's very much to build a very qualitative and selective distribution network throughout Europe. Means in Italy, but also in France, in Germany, in Switzerland, and in the Benelux. This is our territory.
Yeah, in France you have also opened recently a boutique, if I'm correct.
It was actually from scratch. We opened the beautiful boutique in Place Vendôme, which is a statement for the brand as such, because we are at the heart of the luxury in the world, in France, but also in the world. And it was for us important to have this boutique just in the middle of the other beautiful maison, just to show our know-how and excellence in savoir-faire.
So where is it?
7 Place Vendôme.
Pas mal. Okay. So, but anyway, it's important for the brand to build the strategy, to build the idea of Grand Seiko worldwide in selective mode. And this, I think, it's something that is giving you recognition also with an important prize recently at the GPHG.
Yes, absolutely. We have the pleasure to receive in Geneva the main prize du Grand Prix de l'Horlogerie de Genève, which is quite an assessment because we are first of all Japanese. To receive that in the middle of of Switzerland,
the heart of the watchmaking.
It's a huge recognition from the industry towards our watchmaker works, and we were so pleased and so amazed to receive it.
And it's the high beat, but we know that one of the most important focus of the brand is something really special from the movement coming from the spring drive.
Absolutely. Spring drive.
Can you tell more about
yes.
this?
Spring drive is absolutely a stunning machine, I would say. Basically, it's a mechanical movement, but instead of
we keep it.
We added actually to this movement what we call a trisynchro. So, on the mechanical energy is turned via this trisynchro thanks to crystal quartz, which use a very high frequency electromechanical energy, which give actually a precision which is more or less 1 second per day.
So it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Without going too much into the particular of the technique of this stuff, but for somebody, and to be clear, it's a mechanical watch and with an electronic component, is it right?
Absolutely.
Okay, does it need a change of battery?
No, it's a mechanical movement.
Fantastic.
Which is just, I would say, today it's very common to say hybrid, but these watches have been created.
Hybrid.
Let's say so.
It's the main word.
It was created, it used to take 22 years of development, right? The first prototype was released in 1998. The first product was commercialized under the name of Seiko in 1990, and the first spring drive for Grand Seiko were actually launched in 2008.
Okay, and you put this kind of movement in many collections, I think, but
Absolutely.
one of the focus of the brand is, you have some special collection you are focusing on?
This year we are actually releasing a new important strategical collection which is called Evolution 9. Evolution 9, this is something particular for the Japanese meaning because 9 means Q. Q means also 9 in Japanese is Q, but Q means also in Japanese the ultimate, the excellence.
Okay.
We are launching 5 new references, 2 beautiful GMT that you have seen with amazing, stunning dials, 1 beautiful diver and 2 chronograph, 1 out of limited edition out of 700 pieces. But I would come back to one of these 5 pieces, which is the diver. The diver uses a new movement, the spring drive, which is which carry a power reserve of 5 days. But the dial of this beautiful diver retrace the semantic of the tide of the black ocean Pacific, with you will see on the wave movement, which we call in Japan ushio, and this product is the pure essence of the DNA of Grand Seiko.
I've seen it. The dial is really amazing. But from what I know, you have master of dial, and one of the watches that I'm fascinated on is the white birch. You have the spring drive there, and you have also
the hybrid movement.
Okay.
So there is 2 white birches, by the way. One made in the north part of the territory, in Morioka, with a new hybrid movement, and one made in Nagano with a new spring drive movement.
Okay.
But you will see there is a slight difference on the dials, because the white birch essences are not the same in the north part of the territory of Japan as the one in Nagano.
So white birch in Italian translation is betulle bianche. So betulle is a tree. Okay, so you have already give me a point with a link that you have as brand with the nature. So one of the most important stuff of your philosophy is the nature of time. So you have it in the dial, in the manufacture, in the movement. Can you tell us a bit more about this philosophy?
It's important in the Japanese philosophy and culture to preserve the mother nature. And our watchmakers, our artists are given a lot of tribute to the surrounding nature, which give every day, every season of the year, huge energy, burst to beautiful gift that we can enjoy every day. And this is actually for us important to respect and to treat this nature with all the values that she gives to us every day.
It comes also from who is making the pieces, I think.
True. When you're a watchmaker and you are actually on your workshop, surrounding by nature, you can see the different seasons, coming and passing by. When, for example, winter is coming, you can see the first snowfalls coming, and the first hill surrounding the manufacture becoming slightly white. And we have a lot of pieces. I would take the example of our bestseller, which is a snowflake, which is a tribute to this particular moment of the first day of winter's coming.
In the Swiss watchmaking, we are used to hear Chaux-de-Fonds, Neuchâtel. Which places are important for you as manufacturer?
There is 2 places which are basically important for Grand Seiko. Morioka, which is based in the Iwate province on the north part of the archipelago, where we are producing all our mechanicals and hybrid movements. And Nagano, where we have our artist studio, which produced all the quartz and spring drive movement, as well as
so 2 different manufacturers.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
With 2 different philosophies.
Spring drive and
exactly.
Okay.
But since a couple of weeks now, we created in the middle of Tokyo, in Ginza, our Atelier Ginza. We have there in Wako, which is a very important luxury department store, integrated a Grand Seiko boutique, right? And on the 7th floor, we have now an atelier workshop where all our expert watchmakers, our artists are working, so we can follow, directly, physically, the work of this artist directly.
These two manufacturers you were talking about are in the middle of the nature, I think.
They are in the middle of nature,
Fantastic.
surrounded by wild birches and forest.
So you said that any dial is made by hand,
Finished by hand.
finished by hand, so you have a culture of craftsmanship. Very important. I
Yeah,
think.
sure. All our pieces are finished by hand,
Okay.
angled by hand, and this is actually also one of the true values of the brand, because each single watch has a huge impact on the of our watchmakers with their hands.
So this is a craftsmanship that is typical of the Japanese culture, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. What we call takumi.
Okay.
Takumi is an expert craftsman in different kind of corporations. It could be wood craft, it could be watchmaking craft, but we need 80,000 of labor hours to become actually, or to be proposed as an expert.
Can you repeat?
80,000. And Takumi has the obligation, moral obligation, to first do its best, prepare and transmit to the next generation, right? And to an extent, try to enhance what he received and what he will give as a gift.
And they are focused on dials or other aesthetic parts of the watch?
Everything.
Also in the cases, bracelets?
You have seen, we have actually released a wonderful piece, which is called Kodo. Kodo in Japanese means arbit. This is the first, to my knowledge, tourbillon with the same, where we have the cage with the same, where we have the cage on the same axis as force constant, which is unique.
Amazing. It's some amazing stuff. But
It's also it's a true statement of our
idea,
excellence in
yes,
Japan,
of course.
Taking into consideration the Japanese culture, there is a huge impact of what we call the light and the shadows. It's also a part of the DNA of Grand Seiko to play with the light and the shadows. If you take whatever pieces from the collection, we have always this facettage of our indexes, ends, and the case polished, Sarazu polish, which is actually a mirror polish to an extent,
Okay.
which give the best possible lecture or legibility of the watch. And you will have this phenomenon in all our watches.
So Zaratsu is a special technique?
Yes, a special technique created by Japan,
Okay.
by the Japanese, which is pure mirror polished. I will tell you the story. Basically, when we started the operation of Seiko and I-end collection of Seiko, it was in the 50s, 60s, we imported from Switzerland polish machine, which were called at the time Salage. It was the brand name of the tool machine, Salage. And the Japanese were actually trying to translate Salage into their own languages. And came Saratsu became actually the, let's say, the label signature of this kind of polishing.
Okay.
Then Salage disappeared, but still, actually, all our machine tools are made by us, in-house, to achieve this kind of absolutely beautiful realization.
Going back, we have touched, I think, some important points, not any point of your philosophy or main ideas of Grand Seiko. Which is your goal now? Also from a global point of view and then focusing on Europe as you're taking care of.
Our goal is to propose to our end customer a beautiful product with a high-end quality services, with full of values about our tradition, our craftsman excellence, but also our Japanese culture. I will turn 56 this year. My personal goal, it will be the day that my kids will be in the position to offer them a beautiful dream in 10, 15 years, that they will consider one day Grand Seiko as a part of the potential beautiful brand that they may actually.
But you are on the right path, I think.
I hope so.
Apart for what we have seen or what we are going to see for the product, so watches, can you tell a bit more about ambassador, new strategies, focus?
We have different plans, but as I am almost French, but also Japanese, I won't disclose anything so far.
Fantastic, great. But as we are Italian and we are sharing this to our community, some spots on Italy, new boutique or something?
We may have some good news within the next 2 years.
So we have any clue at the moment.
Giapponese fuori, italiano dentro.
Bravo, bene, ci sta, a posto. Ragazzi, io credo di aver coperto diversi punti di quella che è la filosofia di Grand Seiko. Ci tengo a ringraziare Frédéric Bondoux per l'eleganza e per la sua disponibilità. Thank you Frédéric for this talk e ci vediamo alla prossima. Bye.
Ciao ciao.